Aha. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Yes, okay, so that is working. Um, I have a problem. I have a problem, and I hope none of you mind because I know I built my entire following as if you guys are so I'm so big and I'm so popular. All one moderator in the chat, which is my bot. Look, I know I built the following that I do have off of gaming, and I understand that, but I am also really, really, really into Girl World. And if you don't know what that is, first of all, I think I want, instead of yellow, maybe more orange. Does that look more orange? Or does that look red? So I am a fan, not of the girls in Girl World. Does that look more, or does that look too red? I'm not a fan of the girls in Girl World. I don't like them. I don't think they're good people. I think they're terrible people. And um I feel like they use their fans in maybe not this one. I think I have a smoother one. This one's too um messed up and bent. Um so let me just give you a quick intro into what Girl World is, because there's a lot behind Girl World. It's not just us following some random girls on the internet. These women are terrible. And um instead of diving right in, because Rachel, which is a reaction channel to many things, but one of them is Gore World, um, released a video that I really want to talk about, but I can't talk about it to anyone because you guys don't know who Amber Reid is. Because again, I built the 600 subs that I have. I corrected it to orange, which is good because it looks orange. Okay. Um, what was I saying? Right. Okay. So I built this community that I do have off of gaming. You guys have watched me gaming. You guys enjoy my gaming. You guys enjoy watching me play Helldivers, and you guys enjoy watching me interact with my friends. That's not what this series is going to be. This is my React series. This is a pre-stream series. This is a stream that I'm going to be doing before the actual streams. Um, but I really want to talk about this, but I can't just start talking about it. You need to know who we're talking about. So we are going to watch Apathetic Facts' video. She's got a summary on the Amberverse. Now, note this is a year old, so we're going to have to watch a secondary channel that lets you get caught up on the Emily situation. Because a year ago, I think she had just finished breaking up with Emily, and you'll see what I mean by breaking up with Emily in a moment. My plan was to have like Helldivers in the background, but I don't even want to go with those types of distractions. We are going to react to this. I will be cutting in, probably adding some extra details or um maybe correcting some things that we found out later on after, since again this was made a year ago. Yeah, right there. It was made a year ago. So some things have now come out where it's like, well, actually, so this is what actually happened. Um, and I don't mean completely, because the things that Rachel dropped in her video, this is the one I'm talking about, by the way. We're gonna go to um this video. This video, Amber Reid just keeps lying. No, wait, no, this is 2 months ago. This isn't the video. New proof. This video right here. It's 2 hours and 36 minutes, so 2 hours and 40 minutes of just one night of events that showcase who Amber Reid is as a person and why I hate her so much. So, before we get into that, I need to introduce to you guys, my viewers, all 2 bots of them, who Amber Reid is and how she is not a great person. So we're gonna do this. It's been a while since I watched this one. It's been about a year since I watched it. I do like Apathetic Facts stuff. I am deeply involved in Gorl World because there's not much else going on in my life. It is very simple and it is very happy. I have 2 beautiful daughters. I have a wonderful husband. A husband that has been encouraging me to do reaction videos because I talked to him about this and he's grossed out by her as a person because she's such a terrible person. But I need to express it, which eventually will get you to know why I have this sweater on specifically. This is actually important to Gorl World. So, moving on. Hello everyone, welcome. My name's the girl Kiba. Feel free to check me out on all of the socials. All of the socials do not revolve around gaming and do not revolve around Gorl World. My personal Instagram is out there for you to see, but right now it's just nails because I don't really have anything interesting going on and I don't like to post photos of my daughters online. So I'm a stay-at-home mom. There's not much else going on in my life. And I avoid people who cause drama, so that's why I have to consume it some other way. This is why we have, some people have Real Housewives, some people have some other Bravo channels. This is mine. I go to YouTube and I consume Gorl World, and specifically Amber Reid and a little bit of Chantal, because Chantal kind of grosses me out a lot more than she does. But she grosses me out like actually, like Chantal farts and burps and picks her nose and it's like gross. But she grosses me out because she's like a vile human being. So let's get into it. 10 minutes in. Sorry for the long intro. You guys can't hear it, huh? Hold on. The sound is not coming through. The sound is not coming through. Do that. And then no. Should I move you over to, no, I shouldn't move you over to chat. Should I move you to your media? Oh, I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. That's why the sound isn't coming through. Okay, we're gonna put this at a 70. And then just so that I can hear what you guys hear on full blast, I'm gonna turn this also down to 70.
That should be my middle name. Amberlyn Hungry Reid.
Yes. 30 Chris over on Rumble says Chantal is worse. 30 Chris is my husband, and he hears the things I say about her. And he's like, wow, she is really gross. But yeah, thank you so much. I figured out the browser audio. I'm dumb.
Hey Gorls. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this part of the internet is called Gorl World, but more specifically, you have entered the Amberverse.
Specifically, the Amberverse is what we want to talk about, and it's probably the only thing I'm going to talk about. I probably won't expand to other things. Maybe during the spooky season, which is this season, I will expand into maybe some ghost stuff. Maybe we'll watch a little bit of, we'll go back to watching some of Nukes. We really enjoyed Nukes.
The Amberverse is made up of all different types of reaction
like
and
Sin and Sass. Sin and Sass were the first people I ever watched that got me into this. Actually, a disciple of Nurgle, that Chantal. I've never heard that, but I need to tell that to Jordy and he'll be so confused. Anyways, anyone who will know though, will know to watch my channel, and then they'll be like, I know who, she knows what 40k is, I know what 40k is, I would love to know what they think. Anyways, Sin and Sass when I first started watching the Amberverse, when I first got into it, we were driving to work, and one of my favorite commentary people, political commentary person, was like, had a second channel, and I was like, who's Amber, and why the heck is he talking about a woman? Like, what's going on? So I clicked on the video, and it ended up being a video about Amber Reid. And then I was like, wow, she seems like a terrible person. But, you know, this is just his opinion. And as I continued to watch it, this was back in the Beck era. I'll explain, that will be explained here. I was just like, oh my God, she is a terrible person. Holy crap. And then I got more into it. I learned more about the eras that came before, the Destiny era, the Crystal era, and then the non-YouTube era. And I was just like, wow, I can't believe she's terrible. Dark Tide is spooky adjacent. True it is. So the more that I listened, the more I got into it, and then I found another channel, and then another channel, and then slowly I built a channels around the Amber Reid Gorl World. And Michael B. Petty, I heard, is really good. I've seen some clips, think he's pretty funny, but I don't watch them regularly.
Channels called Hater Nation.
Don't know who Kicking Geese is, but have heard. Hello, It's Reddy's funny.
For being quote fatphobic, which is
never heard of this one.
True.
Never heard of this
not
one.
All of us, but a lot of us started off as supporters. But
Zachary Michael was one of those people that started off as supporters. So was Mr. Snowflake, and those are also two really popular Amber Reid reactions. So much so that Zachary Michael stopped being an Amber Reid reactor because Amber Reid started harassing him to a huge extent that it started triggering some I would say PTSD, but I don't know if it's like PTSD, but he started like feeling super abused by her. So he said, you know what, fine, you don't want me saying these things, I just won't talk about you at all, and now I won't watch your channel at all. So he used to be a supporter, turned into a non-supporter, got really tired of her shit, and then decided to quit Amber Lynn, but he still reacts to other things, 1,000 Pound Sisters, if you're really into that. A few other YouTubers now, and I don't think he touches on Chantal either anymore. I haven't seen any videos come out about her. But yeah, no, she's Chantal's a whole nother thing.
But we're quickly humbled by the blatant disrespect, ungratefulness, constant lies, abuse of their animals, partners and audience, and the many, many scandals, all in the name of money. So if you or anyone you know is new to this part of the internet, or if you're a long-time hater and just need a refresher,
it's me. I'm the long-time hater.
Some of the many reasons Hater
It's
Nation
been
has come to be.
5 years?
This first
Welcome.
moment that comes to mind is when Twinkie was in pain. She claimed there were no vets around, left her at home alone, decided to go shopping and out to eat instead of getting Twonk the help she needed.
Today has been kind of a hard morning at the beginning because I noticed Twinkie was acting different last night. Usually when I come home, she'll like jump on me. She likes to jump on the couch, jump onto our bed and stuff like that. And I realized she wasn't doing those things. What got me really worried is, you guys know how my bed is on the floor. Twinkie wouldn't even jump on that. She went up it like super slow. And then once she got on the bed, she couldn't really walk. I literally sat there bawling my eyes out because she was in so much pain that she was shaking. So we don't really have like any 24-hour vet places.
So this is the first time, or this is not the first time. This is one of the first things I go to anytime someone spots me watching Amber Reid, or anytime she comes across my channel and friends over, we're scrolling through YouTube, and I'm like, I have to kind of explain, sorry about her, because I don't watch her. I watch reaction channels, and she's a terrible person. And then this story right here is the main one I use, because this is honestly one of the first terrible things that I heard, where before it was like, wow, she kind of seems like a really bad person, and her poor girlfriend is like going through a rough time, and she seems to like not care about her at all. And then Twinkie, the love of her life, you know, Twinkie Star, her baby, her child, is going through this, and she does nothing, and it's ridiculous.
Which is kind of dumb in my opinion, because you never.
And
know
that's the first time I was like, wow, she's not a bad person. She's a monster.
I need to call a vet, and it's like an emergency because Twinkie's in horrible pain. I don't know if it's like her joints. I don't know if she, like, while we weren't home, she like jumped off the couch wrong, or I've cried too much about it. But I'm just like really worried, and I hope there's something that the vet could say to make me feel better. Like, you guys probably are like,
That's my
God,
daughter.
why aren't you
Please
wearing
ignore
makeup?
any like
Because,
knocking
like,
on the
I've been
door.
crying and I don't want to wear
She's
makeup and I need my face to breathe.
My husband's
I'm
taking
going
care
to
of her.
show Michael B. Petty's reaction to this video because it is how the whole community felt at the time, and he also shows how there actually was a vet open right near the restaurant she went to.
This is one of the
I
clips
hope
where
there's
I'm like, yeah, I
something
like Michael B. Petty.
that the vet could say to make me
He's
feel
got a
better.
good head.
Like,
What is what to make you feel better? Your dog is hurting, dog. Like, who cares about you and your feelings? She sounds like she's in excruciating
She was
pain.
terrible.
Like, I'd be more focused on making sure my dog was okay.
Notice, and here's something you'll notice. Anytime anyone goes through anything, she says that she's hurting for them. She turns the conversation around and always goes to, I was just bawling. I was just crying so much. And it's like, your dog is the one in pain that can't even take a tiny step forward. She's shaking a lot more than a Chihuahua normally does. And you're, 60 seconds. I wonder if I should turn the ads off for this series. But you're the one who's in pain? Like, you are the one who's bawling and you need to go feel better? Bruh, your dog is in pain. I understand that, like, seeing someone in pain that you love is really hard to not feel anything. You're gonna feel hurt for them. You're gonna feel sorry for them. You're gonna want to fix what's wrong. But that is not the same as to what is going on here. Also, sorry, I just noticed that this was a little bit off center. Or off filter. There we go. Okay. Thank you for sticking around for the ads. Yeah, no. So that was one of the first things that ticked me off. Again, as Michael B. Petty says, who gives a fuck about your feelings? Your dog is in pain right now. like I understand you're sad for them, but go do something about it. But no, she needs to go somewhere else. Leave the dog home to help her feel better.
Not how my feelings are.
you guys probably are like, oh my God, why aren't you wearing makeup? Because, like, I've been
instantly into herself, dude. Like,
instantly
she's
into
a
herself.
narcissist
It's
through and through.
ridiculous.
Like, immediately after this whole entire sob story, that entire sob story was just to make you feel bad for her. That's really what that was about. I don't know. I feel a type of way.
Walmart because I had to get
Oh,
medicine.
we're at Walmart, so we can go to Walmart. Are you really gonna sit here and tell me that there is not a 24/7 vet? And I can't. But we're gonna go to Walmart. Our poor dog was sick and she can't even walk and she can't even get on the bed. But we're gonna go to Walmart.
So we're at Walmart because I had to get medicine. Becky's always behind me. And I'm also gonna get Twinkie some treats, some joint pain treats or whatever.
One of these things is about these treats that she wants to get her. That's not gonna work instantly. If you have a dog that's getting old and you want to help with the joint pain that they do have, you need to be giving them these treats regularly. It's the same as vitamin C. You know how, like, when you get sick and people say, oh, here's some oranges, you start drinking all this stuff with vitamin C. That's not how vitamin C works. Vitamin C works by you having it constantly enough to help boost your immune system. So you want to have the vitamin C before you come in contact with something that's going to make you sick. Because by then your immune system has had the time to boost itself. Now, it's good to, of course, it's good to have vitamin C while you're sick as well, but it's something that you do before. These joint pain treats, all these things that she's talking about is only good to do before she starts having this joint pain, before all that starts happening, to help boost or enable your body's immune system or whatever it is that the joint pain meds do. It to take into effect before it starts happening. You can do it after, I guess, but it's not as effective as if it's something that Twinkie constantly and regularly had in her diet. I also don't think Twinkie was as old at this point. I don't think we would have considered her elderly at this point. Definitely now, though. Now I think it's been like almost 6-7 years since then. So obviously Twinkie's gotten older because she's a Chihuahua and she's overweight and she's not taken care of.
That helps with her joints. I don't even know.
Those aren't gonna help your dog. Okay, you need to take your dog to the vet. Of
Thank
course,
you,
Amber's
Michael B.
solution
Petty.
is food. Of course.
Guaranteed in 2 weeks, save money at the vet.
In 2 weeks. You have
But
2
I feel
weeks.
like
You were talking about needing to go to the emergency
see, the
vet.
thing
In 2 weeks. So that's what I'm saying. It needs time to get into the system. So what Twinkie needs right now is pain meds. Like she needs the dog version of some ibuprofen, dude. Like, she is in pain. She is shaking. And first of all, you've already left her home alone. You didn't like send Becky to, because she can't drive, so she couldn't be able to go. You didn't send Becky to the store so that you can stay home and comfort your dog. No, you both left your dog home alone or with Eric and Ricky and did nothing for her pain except for maybe find her some pain treats that will help her in a couple weeks.
is, I don't know if it's her joints. I don't know if it's her hips. I'm worried though. Like, I felt so bad leaving her.
Oh, but we're gonna go out to eat now too? Oh, okay. They're at Chili's.
They went to Chili's. Her dog's at home in pain. You've got those treats that aren't going to do jack shit, but where do you go after that? To go eat. To go eat.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to do something I never do. Let's see Chili's. No. 24/7 vet in Somerset, Kentucky. So about us, locations and hours. Hours of operation, blah, blah, blah. After hours emergencies. During office hours, call the regular clinic and be prepared to dial extension number 30. After hours, the on-call emergency veterinarian can be reached. After hours emergency fees will apply if your pet must be seen. So it seems to me like it's possible to get your pet into a vet after hours. Let's see where the Chili's is. The Chili's is a 6-minute drive to the hospital.
6 minutes down the road for where they went to go eat is the animal hospital. That you can, if you did just a second of research that Michael B. Petty did on his stream, he did this all live. You can see it. I don't know if it's still up, but you can go see it. You can see it on other reaction channels if it's not still up. 6 minutes from Chili's. And it just took a little bit of research. Not even like there's nothing on there that said 24-hour vets, but if you just went on there and said, what about this hospital? And then read a little bit of information, you could have found a 24-hour vet.
I'm so, dude, I can't. The things that take priorities in this woman's life are astounding to me. I'm not going to buy this whole we're worried sick, we'll go beyond, I'm the best firm. Oh, it's even on the same fucking road. Shocker.
Calling Amber out on her lies is what a lot of us reactors do, but for Amber it's much easier to scream fat phobia than to take accountability for her actions.
Give Twinkie the dog
Hi,
Tylenol.
Daddy, I love you. Huh?
Thank you. That's exactly all she needed to do.
You can't say that.
Oh my god!
It's because she said it.
It's because I said it in high school.
She did say the N-word on her blog in the past. But see, you literally just said in the past.
So, first of all, I love Becky's shirt. There was a long time where people did not like Becky because of how much of an enabler she was. As time has gone on, as this era ended, the Becky era has ended, I can agree that maybe at the beginning she shouldn't have been pushed around as easily as she was. She should have not enabled Amberlynn as much as she did. But towards the end of it, towards the end, at that point she was so abused by Amberlynn Reid that I could see her doing whatever she could to defend her, because kind of like a sunken cost fallacy, they were together for so long. So long. And the only person who was going to leave this relationship, because as Jordy says, the rules of Gorl World, the girls don't leave relationships. They are never the initiators of a breakup. Ever. But Becky at that point had become so financially dependent. And so now at that point, emotionally and not physically, because that story comes out later, that she couldn't leave Amberlynn without being left destitute. And when she finally said enough was enough and she did leave Amberlynn, she was left destitute. But eventually she was able to get back on her feet. But that was one of those things that a lot of people were calling Becky out, was that she was defending a lot of the things that Amber does, that she kept saying, no, she's grown out of it. She's grown out of it. But Amberlynn doesn't grow mentally wise. Physically is another story. And again, I am saying this as a woman who also has just grown physically. But at least I like to believe, I don't know, because I'm not seeing this kind of stuff, but I would also like to believe that I have grown mentally and as a person. We'll get to that. That's a side conversation. Amberlynn grows physical growth only. My husband can testify because he has been on this journey with me by force. He has been held captive on this journey with me by me. Again, I need an outlet for this stuff, and he's the only one who would listen to me.
Definition for past is, happened a while ago. Even if it was yesterday, past.
I do kind of agree what she's saying here in the sentiment, though, is that there could be some things that she used to say a lot in the past that she has grown out of, and that could be the same for anyone. I agree with the sentiment. I don't agree with the subject matter of it being Amberlynn Reid, because Amberlynn Reid doesn't change. She pretends to change because she's a narcissist. And help, Thirsty Chris, no one's coming to help you. You're stuck here with me. You married this. Anyways, I agree that people can change, but some people never change, and Amberlynn Reid is one of those people.
Just because she said it on a blog, literally back in the early 2000s, wasn't everybody walking around saying it?
Black on black on black on black.
Yeah.
Oh, of course you When did I become such a blackie? Don't say that. Wait, what do you mean? That doesn't sound good. It's like emo. Racism, burning the flag, that's pretty equal in my opinion, because this is our country. This is the United States of America, and that flag represents us and who we are. But the things that these people are doing, if anything, is actually the same in level of worseness. Do you get what I'm saying? Because for one, just because I did not vote does not mean Donald Trump is not my president just as much as he's yours. I think it's cowardly and pretty immature and a complete waste of a vote if people go and vote, but they're sitting there voting for SpongeBob. They're voting for the gorilla that got shot. Rest in peace. We all love him. But
she has no idea who he is.
That's a waste of a vote. Voting for Michael Jackson. Voting for yourself. People do these things. Have done these things. And they did these things this year, but yet.
So there's two parts on this. I agree where you could be wasting your vote, but she has no room to talk because she never votes. She never goes out and votes. And if you're one of those people that don't go out and vote, what's that saying? If you didn't vote, you have no right to complain. Now, I can agree with you that maybe you feel like your vote is a waste. I felt like my vote was a waste whenever I would go to vote when I lived in California, but that's not the point. I still wanted to put my voice forward. I still wanted to be part of the reason the numbers went up in certain districts about certain things. That's just it. So she was a little bit, a broken clock can be twice a day, right? She was a little bit on the nose here, but she's also a person that she didn't vote in the first place. So I would much rather her be complaining about people who are not voting in these elections, or if they're voting, they're wasting their vote on something, if she didn't actually just waste her vote by not voting at all. Sorry, hon, you are one of those people. You're one of those people you're complaining about, and you don't even see it.
I'm getting bitched at because I didn't go waste my time voting.
Perhaps one of the most damning moments was when Amber monetized and published a video claiming her ex-boyfriend.
Trigger warning for anyone who gets triggered by the words of by any of these starred out words. Sorry, didn't mean to not touch on that or warn you guys, but when you talk about Amber Reid, essay is gonna come up. Essay is gonna come up a lot. So if you don't like that kind of stuff, you're gonna need to leave, because I'm not kidding when I say she's a vile human being.
Friend Casey had raped her, then wrote a poem admitting that she had, oopsie, used the wrong word when describing what allegedly happened to her.
I've had a lot of like random relationships, like don't even consider them though, but like my first like live-in relationship was with a girl named Cassidy. I feel very strongly about this, and I feel like it's okay for me to say her name because she's transgender now, so she's not Cassidy no longer, so I'm able to say her name because she's a once was person. Like, we've been together for about
I know a lot of the some of the issues people drew up with her was her den naming Casey in this. Now, I don't have an opinion on whether or not she used Casey's name or her dead name Cassidy. Like, I don't have an opinion on it. It's not something that affects me or anyone that I know, so I can't put an opinion forth, because I just know that people find it very offensive, and so people are going to find it very offensive. I'm not here to tell you whether or not this is offensive or not. I'm here to tell you that that's one of the things that people add on to the reason why she's a vile human being. I also don't know the rules there when it comes to talking about somebody in the past and using their dead name, but a lot of people... No, she didn't. Well, he didn't. Yeah, no, he didn't join the people who are a once was self statistic. That's not what that's not what Amberlynn is saying. She's saying that because Cassidy transitioned into Casey, Cassidy is now a once was person, which I don't know the rules on that. I don't know what is socially acceptable on that. I also don't have anyone around me in my personal life who would be able to talk to me about that. I have a very small circle. Very, very small circle. There's like 5 people in it, and then my family that lives 2 states away. Who also, there's no one in that involved either. So sorry. I don't have an opinion on that way, one way or the other. I just know that people find it offensive.
about 3 years now at this point, and I feel myself slowly, I stopped being like sexually attracted to her. A little bit after like 2 years of being together, it started to dwindle. This is when things got really bad. I don't even know how to share this, but I'm gonna have to. Okay, so Cassidy was very sexually strived. Like, is that even a thing?
So do note that anytime I say Casey and she's saying Cassidy, it's Casey's dead name. But because I was introduced to Casey as Casey, I just call Casey Casey. I've never had to bother with that kind of stuff.
I don't know. She really thought I was attractive. She really was sexually attracted to me, and she always wanted to like have sex. And I stopped feeling that for her. It made her f***ing pissed. And she would literally sit there and beg me. At first it was like cute little begs, like, oh, come on, baby, whatever. But then as time gradually went on, it became, you're gonna f***ing touch me whether you like it or not. And I was like,
music apathetic facts has been going on behind this. It's just so like out there.
And she would continuously do it until like,
I feel like I'm listening to like the
Wii, whatever you want to consider it. But
Wii waiting room like, music.
That is what I consider it, because
while listening to this terrible story. So this is Casey. After Amberlynn posted that clip that you saw there in her vlog, Casey posted this.
So I was curious why about this video, and I was like, what is it? Because I don't really care what she does in her life. Her life is hers, my life is mine. We've moved on. It's been 6 years. My fiance told me that she's calling me an abuser and a rapist. That got my blood boiling, because that's not true. But for this video to be posted, it pissed me off to no end. Everything in that video was such...
Thank you so, by the way, thank you so much, Apathetic Facts, for not playing that same music over this. Because the other one was silly, because at this point we know Amber was lying about this. So we're at this point, we like make fun of her about it. And now during the person whose experience was something we believe is real, or at least I believe is real, I appreciate there not being silly music on this.
Full that I can't even describe the bullshit that was in that video. When we started dating, I should say, I was 15 years old. 15.
I believe Amber was 19 when they started dating.
When we met. She's 2 years older than me. But the thing
Oh,
that
okay. She's only 2 years older?
I kind of regretted our whole entire relationship. And I hate to say it, but I do regret our whole entire relationship. I do.
Speaking Up by
And then after Casey posted that video, rebuttaling everything, Amberlynn posted this.
Amber Reid.
Which, first of all, I don't even know why she thinks anyone wants to listen to her poetry, but here we are. But she's also a narcissist, so.
Let's see. Who does everyone believe? RAPE, rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. My mental hygiene has been rotten and stirred.
Not only had she just admitted that Casey did not rape her, but she was then caught mocking that exact poem during a live stream, completely diminishing any credibility that was left.
Rain and petals eavesdrop. Pa. Pa.
And then we have the
That's
side
so
of Amber
accurate.
that
Oh my
loves
God.
to criticize/critique others, but cannot take criticism herself.
This girl in my class is wearing way too much makeup.
Okay, so this is back in the day, 2011. I believe this was during the Casey era. Is 2011 Casey era? I think so.
I might wear a lot, but it looks good. This girl is wearing colors of a clown. Dear know-it-all teacher, f*** off. You don't know everything and I just proved it. So shove your college degree up your butt biatch. Sincerely, Amberlynn. Dear bus driver, stop being an asshole. People like me are why you have a job. Get the stick out your ass and come to work with at least a smile.
This woman has worked like 2 jobs in her 35 years of living.
We went into Texas Roadhouse today, and when we went to go sit down, there was
This
girl
is Destiny
who,
era?
To me, looked like she was maybe like 50 pounds bigger than me. And she was also sitting at a table with her like chunky friend. I couldn't help but almost like judge this morbidly obese girl. Like, I am sitting there almost like judging this girl. Like, I was more so looking at her thinking, I'm so sad for her. Like, I'm sad that she's obese. I really almost didn't even want to sit there because I felt like we were going to draw attention because it's 2 really big girls, and I couldn't stop staring at her. Like, all I could think about is like, I'm so sad for her. Like, why is she eating out?
This is one of Amber's main problems, is she just doesn't focus on herself. Like, she focuses on herself in a narcissistic way, and then she like thinks she's better than everyone else because of that. So she doesn't focus on herself in these public settings where she's like, wow, that must be really embarrassing for you. And you're like, woman, would you look at yourself for like 2 seconds and stop judging that woman over there?
Like, I almost wanted to grab her and just be like, eat healthy, lose weight. Girls are starting to wear like these shirts as dresses, and it don't look good. I've seen
Oh, is that gonna come back to haunt her?
it more than once. Huh?
They call them baby doll dresses.
I understand that, but it don't look that great. It looks really weird, like something is missing. And especially this one girl in the Cheesecake Factory, like literally we almost saw her butt. So it literally looks like they're wearing their boyfriend's t-shirt and there's nothing on underneath and they're out in public.
I think I have one of these giant t-shirts that are supposed to be worn as a dress. And I do kind of wear it as a dress, but I have to wear leggings underneath it because it really would just be showing my butt. And I don't want anyone to be seeing that. I'm 33 years old. I don't need people to be seeing my butt. I'm too old for that. And I'm also too fat. Nobody wants to see that.
There are girls outside right now that are taking selfies in front of a rock wall.
They're being
Are you seriously showing them? Stop. I'm very nervous. If I could change anything, it would be like your priorities. What does that mean? I just feel like maybe your
Going back to the beginning of this video. Woman, you went to Chili's while your dog was passing out in pain.
priorities are a little off.
I took a bite of the mashed potatoes. Ricky is an amazing cook.
Sorry, I'm trying
So are you. It's just you cook things I don't really like.
Yeah. Healthy. You look so tiny because I'm like close.
That woman who has to sit down to cooks things she doesn't really like, which is healthy. Also, she's opening up a baked potato at that time.
Just you cook things I don't really like.
Yeah. Healthy. You look so tiny because I'm like closer to the camera than you.
You're closer to the camera and your seat's like way up higher than mine.
People always tell me, you know, you look really good with short hair, but I feel like I disagree. I feel like people with rounder, fatter faces look bad with short hair because it makes their face look rounder and fatter.
This is what I mean by, like, at that point, Becky was so abused that she just had to go along with it. And while we believe Amber can be physically abusive, she's also extremely abusive with the things she says. So she's talking about her girlfriend, who obviously has a rounder face, a fatter, rounder face. Like, no one's saying that she doesn't. She has her hair cut short all the time. There might be things that I do and say that might offend my husband, but I never try to do it publicly. I think I used to when I was younger, and I did a lot of mistakes in that way. But as I've grown up in this relationship, I now make it a point to make sure I don't insult my husband publicly ever. And if there's something that is bothering me about him, I don't passively say it to somebody else in public. I'll confront him personally with it. Like, that's a healthier way to do things, and Amberlynn doesn't know any way to have healthy communication. So
Told you guys that Destiny has not gained weight since she's been with me. I've said that at least.
This video here is her things I've lied about video that she says people still reference, and we do reference it as to why people think she's a liar. But this is one of the videos that she has finally admitted to being a liar, when there are other things she does later on in the eras. Right now we're on the Emily era. When she goes into those eras, she will lie about things all the time, and then we call her out on it. And then she says she's not a liar. And she's like, I've only made one video so long ago about the things I lied about. I don't know why people call me a liar. It's because we've caught you in lies since then. It's not like this was the one video and we never caught you in a lie again. That's not why we call you a liar. And that's not why this video is not. This is just the only time she admitted to any of the lies she's done. And when she does admit to a lie, she just like brushes it off like it was no big deal. She is a huge fan of using Darvo. So she'll just brush it off. Like when she finally does admit that she was caught in a lie, she's like, yeah, but it wasn't a big deal. Like, no, I never lied. Oh, I did lie, but it wasn't a big deal. Like, that's that next step, you know? I'm pretty sure that's the next step in Darvo. I don't know. I would need to pull it up.
At least 100 times. But she has gained weight since she's been with me. And when I see her eat something that's bad for her, it breaks my heart because she doesn't understand nutrition like I do.
That has haunted her since. There's a couple memes that have already come by, but that is one of those main. She doesn't understand nutrition like I do, as she is like 400 pounds here. She's like 500 something now. People think she's actually 600 at this point. I think she was like 300 and like late, or not late, high 300s, early 400s at this point.
And I met Destiny, and she was very set in her weight, and she didn't understand like how to lose weight or anything. And so like I kind of got in that groove where I didn't care either, because she accepted me and she loved me. But of course I didn't.
This is Crystal era, when she has the snake bites, which I hate because I really wanted snake bites for a while, but I think I'm too old for them now. And also I feel like I need to I don't have the sense of style anymore that would go well with snake bites anymore. Anyways, when you see the snake bites, most of the time this is Crystal era. You will see that the way she acts in the Crystal era is a lot different than the way she acts in the Beck era, and the way she acts in the Destiny era. Because in the Destiny era, she morphs to whoever she's with, and she does not have any time to be herself. She morphs to the person she's with. When they break up, she's heartbroken and will never love anyone again until about a week later, where she has already been in communication with this person because her relationship was falling apart as it was, but she doesn't leave relationships. The girlfriends leave. So she could already see the signs, and she already starts putting some girls into the background, into the back of her Instagram or Snapchat or whatever she talks on, and then she'll date a new person. And you'll see that her personality in these videos are a lot different than her personality in some of the other later videos.
Weigh in because I said that I'm not going to be weighing in, but Crystal weighed in. If you guys don't know who Crystal is my girlfriend. And in 2 days, she is down 5 pounds. She's down 5 pounds in 2 days. I know she's not going to be losing weight that fast, like in a month from now, but a couple vlogs ago, we went to the emergency room because she was having chest pains, and they said it might be acid reflux, but we don't think
this one is
her symptoms don't seem very
Destiny
acid
era.
reflux. Sometimes it does. I'm thinking maybe asthma. The appointment kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I feel like doctors.
Oh, she's always knows more than a doctor. She always is better at anything these professionals can do. She knows it better.
A lot of the time want to hope the best.
The doctors can say something like, and this is what I think is happening. There's no confirmation on this. It could be like, these are some of the possibilities it could be that's causing you to feel this pain there. So we're going to run some tests. We're going to see what it is, right? And she'll come back and say, the doctors didn't even know what I was dealing with. Like, they were just like, they didn't know what was wrong or why it was wrong. They ran a few tests and then they diagnosed me incorrectly. And it's just like, no. They gave you options of what could cause that, and they wanted to look into it further. And you just think, oh, just because they don't know what it is from that one symptom, they're stupid, they're wrong, and you portray the story completely different than what it was.
And
I think Hectagana, which I think to his channel took off recently, more recent than this 1 year video, was I think pointed that out, that he's like, the doctors I think he said that almost word for word. The doctors probably gave her some reasons that she could be experiencing this, and she thinks that they don't know anything because of that. I don't know exactly what he said word for word.
No.
But I had to agree.
No. Why don't you just do the test now, because you could be wrong. My take on doctors is kind of negative, because I feel like some doctors are also kind of lazy.
Did you catch that? Did you hear that? Some doctors are just lazy. And while I can agree that there probably are some doctors that are lazy, there are probably some terrible doctors out there. Every doctor that she's gone to, she's either said is lazy or dumb, or they just don't know what they're talking about.
They gave her like this pink stuff because they think it's acid reflux. And I literally kind of got like an attitude, and I'm like, Really? Acid reflux? It's like, I could come in here and sprain my ankle and they'll blame it on acid reflux. Ugh. This was the worst hospital experience ever. But when they were trying to give, Destiny was trying to give blood, like, the guy had to use, like, an ear flashlight to find her vein. Like, he was just creeping me out. Just that whole thing literally took about 20 minutes just to find her vein. Like, it's really not that hard. I'm just being honest. And the doctor's like, so you have a stomach ache? Bam, blames it on acid reflux. Like, I mean, that's just what they do because they're lazy. Like, I was expecting the main doctor to come back in and talk to her and see if she's feeling better, but nope. Just one of his little minions came back in, and
That's what she called the nurse. The nurse. One thing you do not piss off is nurses. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my doctors. So I don't really go to most of my life, I would go to a certain doctor when I was living with my mom. But then I got married and I moved out here, which is states away from my mom, and I had to be a big girl. And eventually, when I got health insurance, because I didn't have health insurance for a long time, when I finally did got health insurance, now I have a primary care provider. That's not the one I'm talking about because I don't feel like I have a strong relationship with that one yet because I just started maybe like 2 years ago, and I'm only covered for like a yearly exam. So but the doctor I did see often enough was my OBGYN when I got pregnant with my first daughter. And when I got pregnant with my second daughter, I was able to go to the same OBGYN because I was able to be, my insurance covered them. I had two different insurances for both the daughters, and I was still able to go to the same doctor. And I love my doctor. I think he was great. Well, my OBGYN. I loved him. I think he was great, and I will go to him again. I feel like he really listens to what I'm saying, even though I feel like he does tend to be a little busier than I would like. Like, there were sometimes I had questions and we would say that we were going to talk the next one, and then the next one he ended up needing to go help another woman give birth. So, of course, I just didn't get to see him for like 2 appointments after that, and then I didn't have a need to go back. So, like, that happens. But I would never, ever want him to do and to help the way the nurses helped when I was in the hospital after I gave birth. These women and some of, I think I had like 1 or 2 male nurses. I think they were all female, actually. I did see a few male nurses, but I think the majority of people that helped me was the female nurses, and they were amazing. And I can't believe that she just comes out here. This woman who goes to ER as if it's her primary care doctor, she'll go to the ER and call these nurses minions. Like, lady, first of all, again, this woman hasn't held a job in her life, and if she did, it was for like 2 jobs. And you're out here calling a nurse minion, which kind of actually makes sense now, her relationship with Emily, because Emily is a nurse. That's a whole nother story we're gonna have to go down.
And I do feel like sometimes they're a little greedy, and I just want to say that the doctor, the main doctor we saw,
it's so bad, dude,
was practically falling asleep.
Also, hello,
I really believe that when
welcome,
you're a doctor,
welcome.
You should be a doctor,
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to
money,
listen to me talk about Gorl World.
For anything other than the fact that you want to help people, and I just feel like they didn't help us today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sure you didn't. Like, you can give it a thumbs down if you want, because thumbs down those doctors.
Girl.
Like,
as soon as
No. It's not girl. It's Gorl. Gorl. I want you to dish. We're dishing. It's here. I'm so sorry you're here, but now you're stuck with me and you have to finish this stream.
Amber is critiqued, criticized, or really anything that she doesn't like is said about her, this is how she reacts.
I can't handle the rude comments. I'm not that strong. I was on the phone. It's kind of like the phone with some
Destiny
subscribers.
era.
These subscribers have been the most.
There's another reaction channel. I thought it was Apathetic Facts, but maybe it's a different one. Oh, I think it's Bottle. Whenever it's a different era, they would have the girlfriend down in the corner, because again, you can follow Amberlynn. You can follow Amber's story. Sorry, I keep correcting myself because Amber is a terrible person and I don't want to use a name that she wants used because obviously you see that she constantly dead names. So Amber is never single, and because of that you can always tell which stage of life she is by which girlfriend she is dating. So I think Bottle will put the girlfriend down in the corner. So since we're not watching Bottle, we're watching Hypothetical Facts, I'm going to tend to do that. I'm sorry.
Most rude to me, I feel like. I contacted one of them and I kind of felt like she needed to know like the real me. So I think I'm going to end this now, but I just want to answer one question really quick because it's something that I'm getting a lot on my social medias. This is why I disabled the comments. It's because of the rude comments, honestly. I don't really want the negativity, and I just feel so much better with the comments disabled. And I'm getting a certain somebody in my comments down below saying like I'm like a chameleon and I don't know who I am. I was one person with Crystal and one person with Destiny, which is completely false.
She was very soft-spoken, very shy, very easy to you could easily send her off on a rampage, and you can easily convince her to get off because any little tiny comment you would put that was negative, she would just focus in on that. She would just focus in on this negative comment. I can't believe someone would hate me, because again, she's a narcissist, so she can't believe someone would have such a negative comment towards her, and she would just focus in on that. And one of the things we learned later on is her Aunt Tammy would try during these eras to try to get her to stop focusing on those bad comments, but she just couldn't let it go. She just couldn't let it go.
There's a lot of different sides of people. That's just how it is having a personality. I don't really know what this person means.
We don't need these kinds of jokes in the chat. Thank you very much. This sounds like a big challenge.
I'm definitely not a chameleon. I am myself through and through. Like, I will not change for a single soul. I am me. That is how it's gonna stay. And if you don't
body shaming, I was ever. We don't body shame on this channel,
I'm a
okay?
really good person, and I don't want anyone to think otherwise. It is. I feel like my
not
IQ
allowed
dropped from watching this. Wasn't your IQ low already? Amber Lynn, for F's sake, your head is buried deep in denial's a-hole. Your kidneys are failing, woman, because you neglected to remove your gallbladder stones, which can potentially travel down the kidney ducts and block them. Yeah, I know, duh. I think the evolution of Amberlynn's double...
This choker, by the way, I think it showed up during Beck era, has held on for dear life for such a long time. I believe in Jordy's chat there's someone called the Amberlynn stretched out choker, and honestly, it's just gold. Is about to snap. Yeah, it really do be looking like that. But don't worry, she doesn't have a hard time getting it on or off. It stretches a lot, so she doesn't understand why people think that this choker is stretched to the max. Thirsty Chris over on Rumble. I body shame. Sub to Thirsty Chris.
Chin is the most interesting thing about this channel. You know, but it could be bigger.
It is literally doing its job, choking her. It's in the
It
name.
definitely could be bigger, and it's not. So I think we're okay.
Wait until you find out about choker
I think
cheese.
That just sums it up. Could be bigger, but it's not. So we're good. I hate that I have to film this video, but it's part of
this is the Beck era
binge eating saga that is going on my channel right now. I am being vulnerable, and I almost...
So there's like a two-part to Beck era. There is the gay care, which is they lived with Beck's friends, Eric and Ricky. They were, I think, married or dating or married at the time. I don't remember. I heard recently that they broke up. I don't know. I have no confirmation on that. Also not me body shaming while I'm eating ramen pizza. Dude, you're fine. I just finished eating too. And again, I am a fat woman. Like, I'm gonna make fun of other fat people when I see it, because I know it's no big deal. And it's not even just make fun of fat people, because that's not what this is. This is more of I'll make fun of fat people who don't put any effort into being better. Like, she's been on a for example, Amber Reid has been on a weight loss journey for 10 years, and in that she has gained about 300 pounds. I haven't even said that I'm on a weight loss journey. I've tried losing weight in the past, and I'm just not very disciplined, and I know I'm the one failing in it. It's not like I have a medical condition and I can't. My genetics are bad. Like, that's not it. I just don't want to do the work towards losing weight. And when I finally decide to do it, I know I have the support system to do so. Weight loss or weight lost? Says Spaceballs over there on Twitch. Thank you.
It's like I'm being mocked.
But oh yeah. So this is called the gay care, because everyone says like it's daycare, but with the gays. Gay care. And then the other half of Beck era is after they moved out from living with Eric and Ricky, and it's just Beck and her living together in their apartment.
There's just so much disrespect around my eating disorder. The comments are disgusting.
Oh yeah, she
People
says
are
that she has
still
binge eating
calling me a
disorder,
liar
and she has been
about what I
diagnosed,
ate
and she
during
hasn't
the
been
binge
diagnosed.
day.
She
That's
thought she was
crazy.
diagnosed.
The people
She didn't think she
who
was diagnosed.
believe
We
my
don't know.
video, there are a lot.
And that's one of the things that gets really annoying about watching her, is that she goes back and forth on whether or not she was diagnosed with something. And it's always that she was diagnosed with these bad things. I think at one point she says she was diagnosed with ASMR, and then later on she says that she was trolling. But at that time she wrote it on Tumblr, and she hadn't started YouTube yet. Like, it was during the Crystal era, but like just before. I can't ever trust a girl with Lynn in her name. To be fair, her name's Amber. Lynn is just something she's added on because she didn't like the name Amber.
A lot of you who are just like, this is so disgusting. This is pathetic. I can't believe.
Which is why when we get later on to meeting her mom still just calls her Amber, because that's what she named her daughter.
Believe you're like this. You do not say
She
that
hates
to
it.
people
It's
with
great.
an eating disorder. Eating disorders are not chosen. You don't wake up one day and choose to binge, to have that urge, choose to.
I just keep playing with my bangs. I'm sorry.
Disorder and have it
and I move it to the
ruin
side, and I
your
realize
life.
I don't like the way it looks like
What
that.
messes with me the most is that this is just such a toxic community. This community is so toxic, and I did not create that for myself. A lot of people think I did.
You are the community you create for yourself. But also, I trust my wife. Go figure. This is one of the things that she will never understand, is how this community is so toxic, when in reality this community that is toxic is just calling her out on her shit. Like, you're a terrible pet owner. We've seen Twinkie's nails so long it looks like they're about to go back into her skin, and she's all to the side, you know, like, you cannot leave your dog, because first of all, you're not walking your dog, which is how we know her nails don't get filed down. But sometimes if you don't walk your dog often enough, you have to file them down on your own. And if that's the case, the fact that her nails were so long that they're just like on the side there. She is the girl that had the wrong Panera Bread order. This is her. And so when you brought her up, I was like, you don't want to get into that with me. I know you're mentioning this as the meme that ended up circulating TikTok, but I pinky promise you don't want to get into this with me. Here we are. So you're technically put a finger into this community. Anyways, so this toxic community that she's calling out is just reaction channels, or just the people who watch those reaction channels who used to be supporters of her. They used to want her to succeed. They used to root for her and defend her against any and all haters. I can't believe people are being so mean to you. It just seems like a girl on the internet. I don't understand. No, bacon on my sandwich. I ordered a veggie sandwich. No, she is a vile human being. But she thinks that because those people who watched her do the cycle, which we can get into the cycle of Amber Reid, and I think we'll get to that at the end of this, either in the video, if not, we'll get to, I will make sure we get into that. She'll just start the cycle over and over and over again, and honestly, it's like some people started seeing it early on, and by the time Beck era came around, they were done. They were so done with her. I believe, I like I mentioned before, Zachary Michael, Mr. Snowflake, and I believe Jordy, though I could be wrong about Jordy, and I think one of the other reaction channels that we're talking about, Salty Crab, or even Karina Kaboom. I think Karina Kaboom was also someone that supported her and wanted her to do well. And then after they saw the cycle of her trying to lose weight, failing at losing that weight, and then blaming the haters for the reason that she lost her direction and decided to not do that weight loss anymore, and it's their fault she couldn't keep up with it. It's just their negative comments and the negativity she receives online that she just had to binge, and she had to break her diet, and then she gained weight. And she blames everyone else but herself. You'll see her blame everyone else but herself. And you get tired of watching someone do that. Eventually, at a certain point, you just be like, fine, whatever. I don't care what you do anymore. And some people, like Mr. Snowflake and Zachary Michael, just were like, look, this is why we're saying this about you. Look at your patterns. And she refuses to see it. She will take everything they say and twist it. And it is just... it is, yeah.
But I didn't. It is the reaction channels. For anyone to think it's okay to literally react to someone...
It's a mistake to open an energy drink right now if I need to stay up till potentially...
indecisiveness because of
not if you need to stay up till 2. Take an energy drink now.
Someone who has a cycle because of mental illness problems. Someone who is morbidly obese because of an eating disorder and a food addiction is unbelievable. It's so crazy to wrap my head around that I literally am getting paid for people to treat me as a punching bag, because that's literally it. People enjoy making fun of my disorder because I'm Amber Reid. I posted a Snapchat rant that people expect an apology for, and I'm not gonna give it. Literally.
I know what this clip is. I know what this clip is. And this is another one that is a meme.
Pathetic. And I will go to my grave saying that majority of you are f***ing idiots. And I'm not gonna step down from that. And you know it, your damn self. And if you can look in the mirror every single night and be totally happy with yourself, that makes you even more of a sociopath. So that's sad. And I must have to say, I'm a strong bitch, and I will continue to be a strong bitch. And the best part of the whole thing is that these people think that their shit don't stink, and they cannot take the heat themselves. These people are weak-minded, and that is the reason why it is so easy for them to come for me, because like I've said before, I am easy to hate, and you are a disrespectful piece of shit. So I deal with thousands of people doing that on a daily basis, and I know it's because I'm fat. If I am doing the same shit, even less than another YouTuber, but it's okay for them to do it, that's a double standard. And it's because of how I look. It's because I'm fat. The videos with my body as a thumbnail get more views. The videos of me eating get more views. But I'm discriminated against because of my weight. If anyone deserves an apology, it is me. I will not apologize for how I felt in that Snapchat rant, because everything I said is 100% true.
Speaking of binge eating disorder, feel free to check.
Is this a mistake? Oh, no. Looks in the mirror. Guess I'm a sociopath.
Check out my Amberlynn's Biggest Loss series to see how she claims to have officially been diagnosed for the first time at least 3 separate times. The reason I point this out is because she would fly into a rage at anyone that didn't get her food and would blame it on what she called the binge monster. When her audience would question if she really had bed, based on what they've seen, she would cry fat phobia. Flash forward to 2023 when she clickbaited getting weight loss surgery again. In order to get the surgery, she couldn't have that diagnosis, so what did she do? She claimed to no longer have it and even said she didn't think she ever did. Now that she was denied the surgery, once again she is trying to claim she in fact does have the disorder.
You have to be honest with.
That was actually something I was going to point out, so I'm really glad that Apathetic Facts just covered it, because that's exactly what she does. Like I said, she claims to have something, and then when it's convenient for her, she doesn't claim to have been diagnosed with it. And that's what I was talking about recently in the wifey era. I guess this is just really quick. It's before YouTube with Casey and any other girlfriend she had before that. That's the before YouTube era. And then it is Crystal era, Destiny era, Beck era. During Beck era, Beck was called Becky. So you'll hear people talk in these videos that we'll be watching. It's possible when we do retro reacts and things like that, the video we're watching, people will call her Becky, but that's before Beck changed her name, and I respect Beck. Beck wants to change her name, she can change her name. So when Beck hits, she can respect Beck as a person. I don't think she was 100% the best person in the world, but I don't think any of her girlfriends are. And that's not why I'm watching this. I'm not watching Amber Reid and her girlfriends because I think they're great people. I just am entertained by the things that they put out in different ways. Anyway, so then we hit the Beck era, and then after Beck, it's wifey era. I kid you not. Beck was still living in the apartment when wifey came in to live with Amber Reid. This is what I mean when I say she does not have a point where she doesn't have a girl. All right. So after wifey era, she claims to have no girlfriend, and I think she didn't have someone who officially claimed her as a girlfriend, but she already had people in her phone. And then she started dating Valentine, whose name was Erica. So I really hate hearing my name involved in all this, but it's not me. It was just a woman with the same name as me. Valentine and Erica are the same person. And then after the Valentine Erica era, it was the Emily era. And we are still currently in the Emily era. People think that she has broken up. People think they haven't broken up. At this point, she's lied to us for over a year that I believe she is probably still with Erica. No, Emily. She's still with Emily. Sorry. My wife, how many cheat days did she have while on a diet? She can't hear anything about that. It's probably 90% of the year, and then except for those 2 or 3 times during the year, like